we will be trying to understand linear equations. Suppose when you are studying the basic addition or subtraction, when you were like in first grade or second grade, you are given an equation like this: plus 2 is equal to 5. Now, by the rules of addition, you know that this number needs to be 3. This number needs to be 3 for this equation to be true. So 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. So you know that under the dash you have to have a number 3. Okay, but how about if you are given an equation like this: x plus 3 is equal to 5. Now you don't know what the value of x is, but if you're supposed to satisfy this equation, or if the equation needs to hold true, we know that whatever the value of x must plus 3 must be equal to 5. So by the basic rules of addition, we know that 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So that means that x needs to be 2. So the equation here, x plus 3 is equal to 5, is called as a linear equation. Okay, it's a linear equation. So x plus 3 is equal to 5 is called as a linear equation. So as you can see, like, you have used linear equations before, even without knowing that you are using a linear equation. Okay, now let's take a little bit more complicated example. So suppose you're given an equation like this: 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now, how do you know what the value of x is? So in order for this equation to hold true, what is the value of x? So one way to solve some of these equations is 2x plus 3 and minus 3 is equal to 0 minus 3. So what I did was, like, I took out 3 from both sides. So 3, I subtracted 3 from this side, so I will subtract 3 from this side. So that means that 2x plus 3 minus 3 is equal to 0 minus 3, or 3 minus 3 is 0. So 2x is equal to 0 minus 3 is minus 3, or x is equal to minus 3 divided by 2. So that's how you solve this equation. So this is an simple example of a linear equation. Okay. Now in general, a linear equation is always written as ax plus b is equal to 0, where a and b are constants. A and b are constants and are real numbers. And x is called as the variable, such that it satisfies it. The value of x is such that the equation should hold true. So ax plus b equal to 0. So whatever the value of a and b, the value of x will be such that it makes sure that the equation holds true. So let's take another example. So let's say you are given 4x plus 6 is equal to 0. So we know that from this, if you compare this equation 4x plus 6 to ax plus b, we know that a is 4, a, and b is 6, and x is the variable in this equation. So we can say 4x plus 6 is equal to 0. So if you subtract 6 from both sides, 4x plus 6 minus 6 is equal to 0 minus 6, or 4x plus 6 minus 6 is 0, 0 minus 6 is minus 6, or 4x is equal to minus 6, or x is equal to minus 6 divided by 4, or minus 3 divided by 2. So in order for this equation to hold true, 4x plus 6 equal to 0, x needs to be minus 3 by 2. So let's check if this equation holds true when x is equal to minus 3 by 2. So we know that 4x plus 6 is equal to 0. So 4 into x is minus 3 by 2 plus 6 is equal to 0. So this cancels out. So 2 minus 3 minus 6 plus 6 equal to 0. So 6 minus 6 is 0. So 0 equal to 0. So this equation holds true. So that means that in order for this equation to be true, x is equal to minus 3 by 2. Now let's take another example just to make the concept a little bit more clear. Suppose you are given 8x plus 9 is equal to 27. Now we know the general equation is ax plus b is equal to 0. So in order to express this equation in the general form, so what we can do is we can subtract the right side of the equal to sign should be 0, so we can subtract 27 from both sides. So 8x plus 9 minus 27 is equal to 27 minus 27, or 8x plus 9 minus 27 is equal to 0. So we know that 9 minus 27 is minus 18, so 8x plus minus 18 is equal to 0. So we can say we brought this equation under a general form. So a in this case is 8, this is a, and b in this case is minus 18, that's b, and x is the variable. So in order for this equation to hold true, what is the value of x? We can say 8x minus 18 is equal to 0. So 8x minus 18 plus 18, so we add 18 on both sides, so minus 18 plus 18, that's equal to 0, or 8x is equal to 18, or x is equal to 18 by 8, or 9 by 4. So x is equal to 9 by 4. Now how do you know that this 9 by 4 holds true for this equation? X is equal to 9 by 4, does this hold true for this equation? So what we can do is, like, we can substitute x as 9 by 4. 8x plus 9 is equal to 27. So 8x is 9 by 4 plus 9 equal to 27. So 4 1s and 2s, so that's 18 plus 9 is equal to 27, or 18 plus 9 is 27, so 27 is equal to 27. So that means that this equation holds true for x is equal to 9 by 4, or in other words, the value of x is 9 by 4 for this particular equation. And that's how you solve some of these equations. Let's take another example. 15 is equal to 35. So again, we know the general form of the equation, ax plus b is equal to 0. So we can try to bring this into general form. So subtracting 35 from both sides, 3x plus 15 minus 35. So that be 35 minus 35 is 0, and 15 minus 35 is 20. So 3x plus 20, minus 20. So 15 minus 35 is minus 20 is equal to 0. So in this case, a is 3 and b is minus 20. Okay, so we can write, in order to solve this, we have to add 20 to both sides. 3x minus 20 plus 20 is equal to 0 plus 20. So 20 minus 20 is 0. So we can say 3x is equal to 20, and x is equal to 20 divided by 3. So in order for this equation to hold true, in order for 3x plus 15 is equal to 35 to hold true, x needs to be 20 divided by 3. Okay, and that's how you solve some of these linear equations. And when you write this in the general form, this equation is called as a linear equation with one variable. So x is the only variable in this equation, so it's it's called as a linear equation with one variable. Now there can be linear equations with multiple variables, which we can look at some other time. Okay, thank you.